We leave the Principality and come to Baku for the Baku City Circuit, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So 3 different winners so far this year: Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, and most recently Sergio Perez. It's time for Baku and Canada as a double-header back-to-back before the British Grand Prix marks the halfway stage of the season, with Austria as well a week later. France and Hungary take us to the summer break before a triple-header in Belgium, Netherlands and Italy, rounding out on the 11th of September. Then a 3-week break, another little holiday for us all, before the 2nd of October race in Singapore is back-to-back with Japan. Then a 2-week break before United States and Mexico goes back-to-back as well for round 19 and 20. A 2-week break, and then the season rounds out in Brazil and Abu Dhabi on the 20th of November. In the driver's standings, Max Verstappen leads by just 9 points to Charles Leclerc. 15 points separate the top 3, with Sergio Perez going into 3rd. George Russell has a small advantage of a point over Carlos Sainz. Lewis Hamilton, the furthest back of the top 6, only on 50 points. Lando Norris is 7th. Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon and Kevin Magnussen round out the top 10. On the second page, Daniel Ricciardo is on the same point as Yuki Tsunoda. They are a point clear. Fernando Alonso on 10. Pierre Gasly, Sebastian Vettel as well in a battle, 6 points to 5 points. Alexander Albon on 3. Lance Stroll 2. Zhou Guanyu, the last driver with points. Schumacher, Hülkenberg and Latifi still pointless. In the Constructors' Championship, it's Red Bull leading the way by a significant margin of 36 points to Ferrari. Then Mercedes still in 3rd place but too far back. McLaren have an advantage over Alfa Romeo to complete the top 5, but Alpine are only a point behind. AlphaTauri have 2 points cleared to Haas. Aston Martin 7 points. Williams still on 3. It's free practice 2 for the 2022 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Let's take a look around the Baku City Circuit, a 6.003 kilometre circuit, 20 corners in total, and the longest straight in Formula 1. This is a tough, challenging circuit, but provides great racing. You're already 8th gear, flat out as you cross the start line, down towards turn number 1, brake hard, turn in 3rd gear, tight entrance as well, but it's the perfect opportunity for an overtake as well with the DRS. Into turn 2, another 90 degree, left-hander, 3rd gear, open up the DRS, and now just hurtle down the back straight away, maximum 8th gear as well, before you hit the braking zone into turn number 3. Once again, 3rd gear, 90 degree left before the first 90 degree right corner at turn 4, past the apartment buildings as well that cost over $1 million just to be in there for the weekend. Down as well now into turn 5 and 6 the chicane, hug the inside line, it tightens up now as well, the track width sort of narrows as you approach the castle section, all the way, turn 7 now in 2nd gear, hug the inside line, jump the curb, turn 8, just the tightest corner in Formula 1, it wants to hurtle you towards the barriers, past the castle section, up in towards turn 9, 10, 11 and 12 at the exit. Now sweep open throughout turn 13 and 14, up into 8th gear as well as you approach the braking zone for turn 16 now. Heavy on the brakes, down into 3rd gear, another 90 left. Downhill, quite a dramatic drop as well. The braking zone can be tricky as you come in towards the last corners. Now 13 again. Now open up a full acceleration, your full overtake battery power, sling the car in through turn 20 as well, and then that's it. It's flat out from now all the way until the line. 8th gear, the engine already singing before you open up the DRS button now and hurtle down across the control line. It's fast, it's busy, it's abrasive, it's Baku, and that was a lap guide. We are in Baku for Azerbaijan's Grand Prix number 6 on this amazing circuit as well. It may be over 6 kilometres, the longest on the Formula 1 calendar, but every single time we come here, something dramatic always happens, whether it's a great race or the championship is deeply affected. Either way, the Baku City Circuit has worn its way into the hearts of F1 fans as a pure racing circuit. It's got the longest width on the calendar as well as the shortest width of the calendar, from 22 metres wide down to just 8 metres wide as well. Elevation change is at 26.9 metres uphill at the Castle section as well, and with it being a street circuit as well, it is the softest tyre compounds that has raised the eyes of many drivers. Soft red C5, yellow medium C4 and white hard C3 tyres as well. It's all the way around, and hopefully we're going to have a very entertaining session coming up shortly. Track temperature 35 degrees, humidity at 49 degrees, air temperature 24 degrees as well. Wind is 5.7 kilometres. It's blowing in from the southeast as well, and looks to be all secure and hopefully all good. Now, alongside me in the commentary box is Synthel. Good afternoon, Synthel. The atmosphere is on the edge. We can't wait to see what we're going to see here today.
Yeah, it's great to be back, and to my personal favorite track. I really love Baku together with Spa, but yeah, I really looking forward to this one all year. So let's see if we're gonna get another banger this year.
I can't wait. This is going to look absolutely fantastic as well, because Baku is bonkers as well. What's that catchphrase they did? Well done, Baku, is what they used to say. I think it's very much the same situation as to what they are trying here today as well. Looks like Karun Chandhok's having a few problems with his headset as well. Well, if you will go down from a £3,000 headset down to a £300 headset, that's the risk you take, I'm afraid. 2 minutes to go until the second practice is underway here. The driver tracker hopefully going to be working well. We've got a comment coming through already from Upright Fossil. Says, hello, glad to see you again. All the best. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. All the best to you as well. Hopefully you have a great day wherever you are. Also, as it is 3 o'clock here in the UK, 4 o'clock over there in Europe, but it's actually 6 o'clock over in Baku. So it is mega opportunity right now for everyone just to get ready for the weekend. Bar Le Mans, where I know I'm going to be, and you're going to be there a little bit, Synthel. What have you got planned this weekend? Just mainly the F1 action?
Yeah, basically that's all for this weekend. I guess it's just a bit calming down from all the tests I had last week. So yeah, just a chilling weekend, and I can't wait for this one now.
Yeah, all those tests you had last weekend as well. Definitely, I would be wanting to relax as well. Megan is not with us for practice 2 or 3. She'll be back with us at qualifying when she's leading the commentary as well. She too has been doing some A-levels as well over here, so that's even worse, I suppose, for her, she said. Because she's absolutely knackered and can't stand up straight. So she's been grilling me about which one of me or her has had the worst week, me doing Le Mans or her doing the test. I would completely agree that she's had the worst doing the test, and you too, Synthel, as well. Time for F1 to relax and Le Mans to relax now as well, as it's close to summer. It's beautiful outside the commentary box as well. Blue skies. I can see actually if I got the back of the door open, so if I just kneel down and look out, beautiful blue skies at the back of the commentary box and hot weather. What's it like over there where you are, Synth?
Yeah, it's nice now here as well. It was a bit rainy a few days ago, but luckily now the weather is it's good weather now. Blue sky up here as well.
Absolutely. As 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green light, and away we go at the end of the pit lane then. The practice is underway here in Baku, and the pit exit is open. First car out onto the circuit. It looks like it's Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. You can tell that now with the white yellowy band at the top as well, at the side of the colours. But down the pit lane, we're going to hear from Naomi Shift as well, if we throw them down in a second as soon as we hear. But Sainz just doing a practice start there. And it looks like they're developing something, because those aren't the correct tyre covers on the inside of that Ferrari that we've seen throughout the year, as he nearly blocks off Esteban Ocon coming out there. So that's a bit of a naughty thing to do.
It was pretty close indeed, yeah. So I think I haven't really been able to follow FP1 that much because I was in school. I just finished school, so luckily I was able to join for this practice session. But I thought I saw a replay with massive porpoising on the Ferrari.
Yeah, the Ferrari's been having the worst of the porpoising issues as well, especially Carlos Sainz down that long back straightaway, bumping like crazy as well. And it has actually caused some issues that the team have said, look, we can't fix it unless we switch over the overall mechanics of the car, and it's just not possible to do that because you run the risk of losing the straight line speed. So basically, the drivers have been told, shut up and put up with it, which I don't think is very fair, and it's also very dangerous, isn't it, to have that type of atmosphere, because the drivers are worried that they're going to have permanent concussion problems as well with the amount of horrible bouncing they've had. The issues can be fixed if they loosen the suspension, but that costs speed. So I think we're going to need the FIA to step in at some point and say, no, I'm sorry, for safety reasons, you're going to have to loosen the suspension up. You can't keep running it as stiff as you are. What's your thoughts on the porpoising issues?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Which I saw from the onboard on Sainz, that was way too much. If you have that for the whole race, and especially on this track with that long start-finish straight, it's really gonna cause some issues. Yeah, definitely on long term as well.
As Johnny Herbert is down in the pit lane as well, so let's say good afternoon to him on Sky.
Feeling it was a slight tailwind, but very much a crosswind down the main straight, and that's not something you want at 200 miles an hour either.
No, it never has been, I have to say. But I remember Silverstone being one of those bad ones at the old club corner. Always sort of grabbed the back of the side end plate and sort of really made it very, very nervous. But of course, that's just going down a straight line. As we stand here, there's absolutely no wind whatsoever. Of course, protected by this big building. But one thing I just wanted to show people back at home, we've obviously got the two front noses here from the Mercedes. The top one is the old side end plates, the old wing, and you can sort of see how different it is when we pan down to the new style front wing and how different they are. But they have that wing sitting there just in case they feel that that may be something they need to move towards. So it's interesting that they still have the old one there. But if we go a little bit further, or next door, to Red Bull, and Max Verstappen, he was standing outside with his cap on, and they all seemed very relaxed. I think was going on.
Sorry, gonna have to cut it across. Lando Norris is off at turn number 4. Is that it? He's brought out the yellows.
Turn 3, I think it is. He just gone straight on. So little Mo now he's gonna try and
he's got it stuck.
Turn around.
Yeah, he's got it stuck. He's going to have to Austin Powers his way out of there. And he's now literally sideways down the straight, and there's not much turning room down there. Oh, he's having to select first gear, pulls it forward, then has to go back into neutral, select reverse gear, find the correct information, and then back on we go. That's it, Lando. Stick the brakes. He's nearly into the Armco barrier, and he's got it going again. Well done, Lando. That only took, 5 turns? So at least it wasn't Austin Powers. A little bit forward, a little bit back. Again, how did he do it? Does he lock up straight on? Yeah.
Didn't really see any smoke, but I suppose maybe he noticed he braked a little too late. Or did he lock up? Yeah. Luckily it's not a Formula 2 car, because that's very easy to stall and a lot more difficult to get into reverse. Yeah, he just backed out of it.
And he tried to turn it around, but he was going too quick. So Lando could have really actually just put it there. But you're not allowed to reverse on a Formula 1 circuit itself. You're allowed to reverse out, but not actually onto the circuit. It's a rule that was introduced after Nico Rosberg came back on to the circuit in Monaco in 2014. And speaking of Nico Rosberg, I don't know if you know this, Synth, he is a member of the Sky F1 team this year. But if you've been wondering why in Emilia-Romagna he appeared over video link and headset, and why in Monaco he was only outside the paddock, Nico Rosberg apparently has been banned from the Formula 1 paddock because he has not had a COVID-19 vaccination, which is mandatory for all personnel involved in Formula 1. He's had COVID, but he hasn't had the vaccine, and until he does have the vaccine, his pass has been revoked and he's not allowed into the paddock. So
I did not know that.
It got broken this morning as well, which is interesting. Let's quickly go over to the YouTube chat, because hello to the Little Owls, says yo everyone, and they say as well that driver safety is much more important than speed. We don't want another Bianchi as well, absolutely, because it's not a situation where we want a permanent head injury for any of the drivers as well. We need to get this proportion under control, so completely agree with you there. They also say, is there a reason for the rainbow wheel covers? Yes, we're in June, and June is the Pride month as well for members of the LGBTQ community as well. So this is Pride month, and many of the teams are showing support And Alliance, by having the rainbow on their car. Mercedes have gone with their logo as the pride flag as well. And Sebastian Vettel has been out in full force as an ally as well to the cause throughout there as well. I mean, we've even tried to get hold of things for the commentary box as well throughout June. But I think the official Pride Formula One things will happen in Canada next week. I was informed as well, because it's the last race sort of in the June area before we head over to Silverstone in July. So I think Canada is when Formula One's doing its Pride Alliance systems as well on Sunday, I believe. A bit similar to what we had with Breast Cancer Awareness Month in COTA a couple of years ago. Something that should be repeated. I don't know why we only do things once in Formula One. Should be done all the time. Lewis Hamilton in towing one of the Red Bulls. And yeah, is it Perez? Yeah, in front. As Hamilton's gone fastest. Wow, someone take a oh, that's an Aston off at turn 1, and it was Lance Stroll. Stroll went straight on at turn 1. I saw it on board from Hamilton. He has got going again. As Hamilton is fastest on 1:46.295. Have you taken a photo of that, Cynthia? It might be the only time he's fastest all year long.
Yeah, he got a great tow off the back of Paris. But just to come back on what you said about the new rule from that you can't reverse back onto the track. I feel like it happened multiple times. I feel like Sainz last year here in Baku, when he got straight on right before the turn 8, the caster section, and he nearly actually hit, I think, a Alpha Tauri. And also with Hamilton in Imola last year,
reversing,
back onto the track.
Yeah, and both instances as well, they got a monetary fine for it as well. I think Ricciardo actually got a lot more of it, and some penalty points in the license, because you're absolutely not allowed to reverse on a live racetrack in any way, shape or form. Formula Ones have reverse gears, but they're not really meant to go in reverse either. The cars are designed purely to go forward, and the reverse gear confuses all of the systems. So you can go backwards, but it's literally like 5-10 miles an hour, so it's not that much as well. It's designed to get you out of gravel traps backwards as well, without beaching the car with all the instant torque of the acceleration. Sainz gone top 1:45.118 as well, as it was a good lap time from him, but he wasn't towing any. He was towing Sonoda, who's still down in third. So I think we're going to see a lot of this in qualifying as well, since the fact that they're going, and this is Vettel locking up into turn 1. He did that back in 2018, actually. Vettel down there.
This is a lock-up in turn 1 indeed. And also, by the way, a few minutes ago, I think we saw a replay of FP1.
That was brake temp related.
Brake temp related. Okay, back to you, Synth.
Yeah, we saw a replay of the DRS flap of Verstappen, bouncing a lot. Is there any issue with that?
Yeah, now you might remember, by the way, which one was it at this racetrack? Was it Barcelona where his DRS wasn't working?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Miami. Yeah, I said Miami earlier, but I thought it was Barcelona. I just wanted you to confirm
it. Was Barcelona. And also, I think we didn't really see it, but I think also they said it wasn't really working in Monaco either, but they didn't really have to use it.
Yes, it wasn't working in Monaco, was it? When it got enabled, it wasn't coming on, as Leclerc's getting a tow off of the Nicholas Latifi in the Williams and goes to the top by 1.3 seconds over Leclerc, 1:43.806, and with that goes faster than the race fastest lap last year. As well, as Alonso does the fastest third sector, 25.375. Sector 1 belongs to, can't tell you because it's not there, on the timing monitors at the moment as to who's gone quickest in each sector. But everyone's out there at the moment on the medium compound tyre, bar Norris and Ricciardo, who are out there on the hard. So now 18 of the 20 cars out there on mediums, as someone's cut the inside line there in front of Valtteri Bottas. It's a Ferrari, and if you look at the driver tracker, Sainz, there you go. It's hard to tell where they are. Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, I just got the yellow camera, so I just saw it was.
Perfect opportunity. I've got a comment as well coming through from the little hour. Says, "Oh, nice. It's what I thought it was. Just wanted to make sure." And pole for Vips in the quali for F2, by the way. Sprint race pole will be Jake Hughes. I was watching that as well with Alex Jason, Tom Gaymore on the commentary as well. Formula 2, we are covering that race live tomorrow, the sprint and the feature live as well. And you yourself, Cynthia, joining me for the sprint race as well. Sadly, no way I can have you on for the feature, but we are working on it, so do stand by, Synth, because there might be a way we can do it after all.
We're ready anyway, so
Cool.
I really can't wait. This is also surely my favorite track with Formula 2 for this season. And
Yeah,
I remember in 2016, GP2, 19 DNFs in one weekend.
I know, it's a crazy racetrack, this one. It's one of my favourites for F2. F2 always gives us exciting racing, and after being up all night for Le Mans, and at that point being up for about 19 hours, I would like some good excitement on the Sunday morning as well. But Le Mans is going to be great, and that's kicking off tomorrow. Sadly, though, my voice already feels like it is going, so I've got the Strepsils on standby, and as soon as this session's over, going out and buying all the stuff we need for tomorrow, which is things like pot noodles, drinks, foods, all that sort of thing. Oh, and signs on the radio. What's some debris?
Got a plastic bag stuck in my front suspension.
Yeah. So
And that's a result of the wind, isn't it? Since that it's so heavy, it's just blowing everything all over the track. Oh, a knock on too.
I hit the plastic bag into turn 15. Let me know if it's still on the car.
Copy that, we'll have a look.
Wow.
Looks like it's got sucked up into the engine grill there, doesn't it? So this is ridiculous. The amount of plastic bags around.
I think I saw it in FP1 as well.
Yes, you're right. Someone did hit it in FP1. I can't remember who, but they were flying around all the garbage that's out there as well. As Perez nearly runs into the wall, exited 15. He was touching it this morning. There's that 7-story drop we were on about in practice 1, just literally downhill as well. And it's looking absolutely spectacular at the moment, this race. Ocon 8th at the moment, 1:46.047. Let's hear from Lewis Hamilton.
So currently P9 is 2.3 to Leclerc P1.
2.3,
and we were
So
saying-
Lewis lost then since 2.3 seconds as he was top earlier on. That is going to be not just a kick in the teeth, it's going to be this car is an absolute dog. Where have Mercedes gone wrong?
He sounded surprised. He
Yeah.
sounded really surprised.
Well, we're 8 races in now to this season, and I'm still surprised that Mercedes aren't up there. They've gone from being the top team since 2014 to midfield. They are 10th and 11th right now. And
Crazy.
yeah, McLaren are catching them as well in the constructors. So if Ricciardo got his act together, I think McLaren could have been 3rd in the constructors.
I think I read somewhere that Lewis set like a deadline to Silverstone to be able to fight Mercedes and Red Bull as well.
Oh, if it's that's here in Azerbaijan, Canada in next weekend, and then over to Silverstone in 3 weeks' time. So it's 3 weeks until Silverstone. That's not a long time at all, is it, to get that car sorted? So I reckon Lewis isn't in the title fight this year. He may win 1 or 2, but that Mercedes is a shadow of its former self. As Crosslanco Sonoda goes 4th, 1:45.029. Who's your money on for the title then? We're 7 races in. We've had 4 wins now for Red Bull. 3 of them go to Max. No, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 I think has gone that way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really tricky one so far because it's so early in this year and it's new cars, so we'll definitely see maybe some major improvements as well, which could help one team especially over the other. So it's really difficult to say so far, but I think on consistency, I think Verstappen will win. But yeah, it's really early to call, and especially for with these new rules that you really don't know what's going to happen.
No, you don't as well. It's a constant each weekend as to what is going to happen next. As speaking of which, here's Max Verstappen, and he sounds like he's lifting through sector. This sector.
I also feel the engine braking working a bit better into the low speed, so it's slowing me a bit down into the chicanes.
That's Perez talking about the regenning as well. Across the line comes Verstappen, 1:45.343 then on the board. Not bad out there. Were you saying something since when the radio came on?
Can't remember.
I thought I heard your voice in the background, that's all.
I don't think I did.
As they come through, 1:33.860 for Leclerc. He's top at the moment. 14th Leclerc. Sainz. Russell goes 10th. Hamilton's dropped to 13th. So that's insane. But Leclerc was quick through there, isn't he? He's holding nothing back. And of course, this is where the meme came from of the "I am stupid, I am so stupid" when he put it in the wall in 2019.
Yeah, well, it's still, when they go towards the caster section, it's still so tight and just, you're looking at it and you think it's gonna go wrong, but it's not. And I think we haven't seen a crash there in a while, and I think they have adjusted the inside curb, which might have helped them.
Hang on, where are we? Oh, the little owl has just said, thought I'd go see what your reaction was to that Grosjean crash 2 years ago. I still can't believe you got out of that. That was from the little owl as well.
Yeah, that's where I...
Yes, it was, yes. And they've also commented 2 minutes ago as well, saying, I remember watching that and thinking he died. Biggest accident I've seen live other than the Hubert crash. Rest in peace to Hubert too. How the hell Grosjean got out is beyond me. Absolutely, I've liked and loved that as well. But yeah, that was a scary one, and not as terrifying as the fact is that if you see my commentary, I've talked to this before in that race back in Bahrain 2020. I was commentating and I looked down at the timing screens because they were flashing red, which means that the race has been stopped. At this point, they were coming out of turn 2 and 3, and the TV pictures at the time were like 7 seconds behind the timing. So I was thinking, is that a glitch? The fact that the red flags come out and we are actually green still. So I was looking at that, looking down the order. I didn't know who had crashed. And then I looked back up, and there was a huge accident as Grosjean heads towards the wall and a fireball erupts, to which point my reaction was, wow, that's a big one as well, big accident. Megan was shocked, and Ian Birch's reaction was to swear, which is instinctive, I suppose. He immediately realised what he said, but it was a big accident there, and he got out of it okay, but that was a bizarre one. Bizarre race as well, that one. Also,
yeah, that's crazy.
Go on.
I think when I looked, I was first looking at Raikkonen, who went off on the right side, and then randomly saw left side. You saw a big fire, and it was really scary. And I didn't know at first there was really a car in there as well. But yeah, it was. I really thought that there was no way he's going to get alive. And to be honest,
the castle section.
Oh, Ricardo, still says it.
Yep. Yeah, it felt better there, but probably didn't like the yellow diff change in other areas.
Okay, copy.
Turn 4 as an example.
So we're planning one more lap, but with the aborting after turn 16.
Okay.
Okay, go on, Synth.
Yeah, but if I at the time knew that his car as well split in two and that he was upside down stuck into the barriers, then I would have definitely thought he wouldn't have survived. But at that time, we only knew he was in the fire, and it was crazy. But luckily, really luckily, he got out of it.
Absolutely. I try not to look back on those early broadcasts we did because that 2020, we covered a couple of the races live, and then from Eiffel onwards, we did every single one. But I try not look back at them too much because it's still early days in terms of the fact that we haven't got the graphics we have now or anything. So I keep thinking as well. I even look back before we even got the swipiness effect and think, oh, that could be a little bit better, things like this. So I'm a perfectionist at heart, and I like everything to look cool and calm and looking absolutely fantastic. And it takes me a while to accept that it's mainly the commentary. But in those days, it was only a couple of races in that we had the timing tower. And the lap counter wasn't even there. The lap counter didn't come into Abu Dhabi 2020. And it was a mainstay throughout the next season. Then we added the driver tracker finally and everything there, the timing towers. And now this year we've got battle screens we can go to as well with loads of things on. We've got guest commentators like yourself, Synthol, as well, who's in the box with Discord and all that. It all works up a little bit better. So I try not to look back. And the only reason it's still on YouTube is the fact that I'm not also a perfectionist. I like keeping all of the races I do in some form or things as well recorded. So comes in handy. They're also all voice recorded as well. And I'm not kidding. I know at the moment it's a voice recording to the laptop, but usually for the races we use a dictaphone to back up the voice commentary so that we don't lose it. But sometimes it's on USON. We have got a comment from Upright Fossil and from the Little Owl. It says safety has been improved a lot since then. That accidents can't happen again. It was a fuel line issue, wasn't it? That ruptured when the car went through the barrier. Upright Fossil says Roman had the presence of mind and the inner strength to get himself out of that death trap. He did. I always found it, I'm sure you saw it, Cynthia, as well, when Grosjean was said that at one point he couldn't get his foot out of his boot and it was trapped. So he actually just sat back in the car and wondered which part of it would burn first.
The main loss was initial braking turn 1, on late entry turn 3. We brake the same.
That's Gasly's radio. Over to you, Synth.
Yeah, I didn't know, I didn't see that yet, but I did already see that he missed a shoe when he when some pictures when he got out. So yeah. That was bizarre. But yeah, by the way, also, it is sometimes it's quite fun to look back at, all the commentary. I also have commentary of me of like 2020 and stuff.
Yeah.
And I did on Formula 2 by myself. And I had a really high pitched voice, but still pretty funny to see how big of a step I have made with that.
That's what I always try and tell myself as well. It's like, look how far we've come in a couple of years as well, and all that lot. And it does make a little bit of sense, but better lighting, better equipment as well. Just keep on the up as well and keep on going. But I think I'm happy where we are right now, obviously. The things will continue to evolve in the commentary box as well, and it's good at the moment. And we'll do these watch-alongs as long as we can. Of course, there'll come a day when we can't do them anymore because either I'll be actually working at events of F1, that sort of thing. But as long as we can do them, we're doing them, and I'm not going to stop until the end of the season. So I'm not going to leave midway through the season broadcasting these. It'll be end of the season, then we'll go off and do something else. But I have thought about what happens when we can't do them anymore. I thought, well, we'll just do the MotoGPs and the touring cars and all that lot, and keep on going. If you can't do the F1, because you're actually working on it, you do the others around it as well. So loads of opportunities still out there, and I think I'm enjoying it. And then we'll just vlog about the F1 and still do the ground reviews and that sort of thing as well out there on the circuit.
I'll just switch over to my phone.
All right, no worries. Max Verstappen circulating out there on the circuit. 3/10 up at the moment as well, as we'll wait to throw down in a second as well, with 36 minutes to go of the session. What are you doing? Just walking in, smiling. I can't turn over the battle camera yet. Well, if you want to tell me something, you can, but you have to put the airholes on.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hello, Synthil, yes. As he comes through, Verstappen crosses the line and goes second fastest to 1:43.836. He's done 7 laps at the moment as well. And he's up by 0.2 of a second at the moment. Can you see everything all right, Synthil, down there as well in the control centres?
Yeah, everything's all right.
As Latifi's out on the track. Only 3 cars out there. That is Verstappen, Vettel, Albon and Latifi, because Vettel's just come out onto the circuit now out of the pit lane and he's at turn 2. But many people down in the pits. Helmut Marko watching on as well, just getting ready to stay into the centre as well to see what's going to happen next. Of course, Dr. Helmut Marko has actually said that the best place for Pierre Gasly right now is at AlphaTauri and not in Red Bull. But I wanted to ask you something, actually, because Gasly got thrown out of the Red Bull main team. I thought in the past couple of months he'll be a good replacement at McLaren for Ricciardo.
I mean, McLaren has a lot of options, I think. And yeah, I think, Gasly is really confident at AlphaTauri and he's doing a very good job there. And maybe, when he saw it, I don't think the Red Bull just fits him. I think the pressure is a bit too much for him, and I think Paris is a better option for Red Bull now. But yeah, McLaren could be an option for Pierre Gasly in the future. But obviously they've got, maybe Piastri, maybe someone from IndyCar. There are a lot of options for McLaren as well. So it's maybe not possible for Gasly to go there.
Absolutely. We're going to have an audio FX lap now as well, which means I get to turn up the volume as Vettel starts a lap time. Although Crofty's probably going to talk over.
Ladies and gentlemen, at your leisure, and turn the sound up whilst we have a lap with Sebastian Vettel.
Right, here we go then. Let's go for an audio lap. Down into turn 1, down to 3rd gear from 8th. It's a hard acceleration point. Down into turn 2, another 90-degree left-hander. Down to 3rd gear, slap on the accelerator, open up the DRS as well, and pull down the long straightaway towards turn 3. Round about 600 metres as well. Slap on the brakes hard, down to 2nd gear. Another 90 left into turn 3. Little wiggle in the car as well. Into turn 4. Flick down. 90 right. 4th gear corner. Rise up. 5-6 chicane as well is one to always watch out for. Break down. Onboard things at 4th gear. Now he's dropped down to 3rd as he comes back 9 and 10. Keep on the accelerator. The track will now shriek down to around about 12 metres before it shrinks ever further to 8 metres at turn 8 into the castle section, uphill, throw the car in, cross your fingers if your toes are going to make it, rise over the crest now as well, 26.9 metres above sea level, and swing it round, turns down the bottom, 13, 14, 15, flat out, up to 5th gear, up to 6th gear, hard on the brakes, 3rd gear, downhill, locks up on the front tyres, just keeps out the wall as well as Vettel. Drop down 7 stories, into turn 16 again, down to 3rd gear, flick the car in, 90 degrees once again to the left, and now the long acceleration begins, out of turn 16, through 17 flat out, flick it to the right 18, hardest part of the track because it wants to sling you into the barrier, 19 and 20 completely flat out, and now 8th gear already, maximum on the rev limiter over 325 kilometres, open at the DRS and hurtle down to the line. Vettel's time in total is a 1:44.973 and goes 6th fastest as well. There's your audio uplap, and I need a breather now. That's amazing.
That was some brilliant commentary.
Thank you very much. And this was Vettel. Look, he locked up twice there, both on times on the inside front right when turning in 90-degree left. Did it at turn 5 and then did it at turn 16 as well?
Yeah, a little wobble as well. He got very close to the wall, just managed to avoid it. And then, yeah, the little lock up here, turn 15. So great that he managed to avoid the wall there.
That was millimetres. He got as close as Stroll did this morning as well, as Lewis Hamilton's circulating out there. We've got some chats coming through right now as well that we need to pick up on. Upright Fossil has said, whenever you quit this, please follow up with us boomers who rely on your energy and commentary. We'll gladly follow you and your broadcast on NBC as well. Yeah, absolutely. I'll stay there. I'll go over to NBC as well, and ESPN, I presume, it'll be for, won't it? The little R says, Upright Fossil, the safety system was in place, gave him the chance to get out, and he took it. Miracle. That was Grosjean, if you're just joining us. And Upright Fossil says, NBC will be lucky to get him. I doubt they are smart enough to make such a great choice. Thanks for that, yeah. Well, I'll happily replace Lee Diffie up in the IndyCar box. I'll do that alongside, because I do every IndyCar anyway. That way I can still do F1. And Little Al says, agreed, hands and halo were essential for survival. I remember when the hands device came in, everybody hated it because it felt like they were being choked. Now, I suppose, they love it. And I don't even think the halo looks that bad. What's your opinion on the halo then, since both when it first came in and now, as we're in a new generation of car? What's your opinion on it?
I think when it first came in, I already... No, it didn't look very well, in my opinion, at that point. But I did think it was a great idea for them to get with this ID, because I really didn't like it that they just had their head there, with a car being able to get up there and just knock the head out at any moment. So now I do think it looks really nice, and it just fits the car as well. So I'm happy the halo was there.
Yeah, this is Halo version 4 on these cars as well. Version 1 was the test version that got introduced on the F1 2016 cars. That everybody was like, whoa, that looks a bit dodgy. And it did look very wrong, that Halo on the 2016 car. Then we had the Aero screen for a practice session. I liked the Aero screen, looked good. But I must admit, the Halo looks okay now. Yellow flag at Sector 6. And as quickly as it comes, as quickly as it goes. As Gaz nearly hit the wall. Nope, permanent yellow. Someone's gone off. Zone 5 now. So this is where Gasly's coming up to. So there, car backwards. It's a Haas. It's Kevin Magnussen, who's getting back onto the circuit. So Magnussen's went straight on, did a loop, and has now got going again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Halo now. I agree. They've done a good job of melding it into the new regulation of cars. But 2017, 18, well, 18's one, 19 and 20 and 21 didn't quite fit right, that Halo. And we went through version 2 and 3 with those cars as well. But this version 4, the teams have finally shown that they can integrate it well with their livery. Because if you remember, people like Ferrari and Mercedes just left it black for the first year with no sponsorship, but it just looked ugly. Now they've incorporated it into the design work of the car liveries, and I think it looks beautiful now. And I would, if I got in a single-seater, if it was to do a demonstration lap, I'd choose a car without a halo. But if it was to race, I'd choose a Halo.
To be honest, I do agree with the 20. I'm not a big fan of the 2018 cars with the Halo,
Yeah.
but I did really love the 2021 livery and with the Halo. I think that Halo looks really good in that car. But that's my opinion. I think that looks really good with the 2021 cars.
To be fair, I barely noticed it now until we bring it up. I don't really notice the Halo. Obviously,
Yeah.
now if we go on board, you notice the Halo. And the only thing that bugs me about it is the fact that you can no longer see the front wing on the onboard cameras. But that's been compromised because now we get the driver eye and you don't even notice it. We've got some things coming through in the YouTube chat, very active at the moment. The Little Owl says as well, I don't think the Halo looks that bad. When I joined F1, it was already there. Josh T says, don't mind me just coming back from being on my bicycle. Bicycle, that's a bicycle. Very Queen there. So time to cover some race control messages. Haven't missed that much, Josh. Welcome back to the pit lane. All right, Foster says, I am old school. I have seen enough death in racing, including one uncle. I'm terribly sorry to hear that. Safety is far more important than looks, not even in the conversation. Yeah, obviously safety is, and that's why I was a bit like, oh, why are they questioning the safety of it as well? They still do question the safety. And even Alonso recently questioned the safety of IndyCar and criticised the Halo screen over the Halo, which I thought was weird because I thought the Aero screen's the next logical step away from the Halo.
Yeah.
Because it offers more protection. But unquestionably, safety can never be argued with, but they've just got to make it look right as well. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think I would be a big fan of aero screens in Formula 1.
Really? Don't you think
Yeah. With the looks, I don't think so.
Would you stay there? Does IndyCar has got the Halo and the Aero screen involved? So
yeah.
But do you reckon the Halo's enough then on these cars?
Well, obviously with the aero screen it's a lot safer, but speaking about the looks, I think just the Halo looks better.
Yeah.
But obviously if they introduce the aero screen and we'll have it for 2 years, I'll definitely be used to it. But for now, I don't really think, just like maybe people thought with the 2018 Halo.
Yes, yeah.
I don't think it will look that nice on Formula 1 cars.
Good points. This is why we love practice discussions. Keep them up and keep them coming as well. Going for it as well. Thanks for the little owl as well for taking us into that point.
Oh.
Perez touched the wall there. Exit 15 with the rear right. He went in too deep there, didn't he?
Yeah, or it was really close, or I think he just hit it indeed. So we'll see a slow-mo soon about it. Full risk through turn 15. Incredible.
He is flat out beyond belief, is Perez. Don't think he's going to top Leclerc's time for 1:43.224. He might get close, though. Cross the line he comes. No toe. And does 2/10 slower. 1:43.472 on the board at the moment. Tell you what, though, we've only heard from Johnny Herbert once in the pit lane, and nobody's been trackside. Not even Naomi Schiff as well has been out there, or Damon Hill. So bit bizarre that we haven't heard anybody. Alexander Albon is down there, though, in the pit lane, and looks to be having a problem. He's touched the wall, and he's broken the front suspension.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Yeah.
And we've got a yellow.
Yes, we
I
do.
think Schumacher in turn 4.
Sector 6.
That's
Yeah.
probably straight on the straight.
And
This is what happened to Albon.
Go on, talk us through
The
it.
curb. What's happened here? Oh, he's turning too early there. That's quite a strange one.
Schumacher. Schumacher stopped again. We might have to go red, and that was the crash for Albon.
Quite a weird one.
I
think Schumacher gone straight on at the escape road.
If you joined us in the pre-show as well for this bit as well, I was on about how dangerous it is.
Oh,
Ocon's touched the wall exit as 5. I was on about how dangerous the part of the track is there as well, because it's so easy to hit the wall on the entrance because you just misjudge your sighting. And Schumacher has properly stopped. And he's had to do a 360. There we go. He's had to do a 360, so engine temperature is going to be at a high. Can he get it?
Turn 4.
Yes, straight on turn 4. Can he get it going? Yes, he can. Green flags.
So he must have done a bit the same like we saw early on, trying to turn the car around. Taking a while.
Yeah. Way down the order as well right now.
If this happens in quali, it can really compromise people's times because they have to slow down for the yellow flags.
If this does happen in quali, do you reckon they'll throw reds?
not if they can still continue.
It's tricky, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, it will cost a lot of people's time for the yellow flag.
I mean, I'm disappointed I'm missing qualifying, to be fair. It's going to be one of 3 sessions I missed this year due to other events going on. Last time I missed was Spain qualifying last year due to Formula E. Now it's due to F1 Endurance. Look, he just touched the wall on the inside.
Weird one.
It shouldn't have even been done. That's a lapse in concentration there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because it's just easily flat out. There's a lot of room on the left. He just turned too early. He noticed it already, and then he still kept on turning in. And yeah, he clearly broken the suspension as he couldn't really turn anymore. So a bit of work to do for the Williams mechanics.
Look at that. That's a steering rack bust as well. It's like one of those wheels on a trolley as well. When you get in the supermarket, you get a dodgy one on the front, and you're just going to whackle away each direction as well and create numerous noise. Oh, Perez off at turn 1. Yeah, got going. Not even a yellow came out for that one as he was down there at the first corner. 22 minutes to go. And everyone's having problems due to this wind and getting caught out in the high-speed parts of the track. Is this a lock-up for Perez? He was on a fast lap. Into the braking zone, turns in, and
lost the rear, I think.
Yeah, he did. Lost the rear and just had to continue on. Did well not to stall it, actually, because he did a quick flick around and then the car stopped. And this is Schumacher coming in. Radio Schumacher as well.
I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's something flopping around on my right-hand side on the side front.
Okay.
But it's not. It doesn't look like it's bodywork. It looks like maybe
it's the thing we taped on. So I think we should box and then we'll tape it again and then go again.
Presumably, then it's a sensor if they've taped it on, isn't it? That's what it. Oh, yellow again.
Leclerc. Oh, that's a corner you don't easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a runoff there, but.
Oh, has the time
right before
Castle
Castle section.
Yeah, I think he's locked up and gone straight on, hasn't he? So it is possible down there because his car's going through. The track's not blocked. Yeah. Oh, it's even before. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right before indeed it's turn 8.
Yeah, so he's just lost it coming in. Going to get first gear. Track's not blocked there, so he's done well not to go straight on.
Compared to Yuki, it's a little bit late entry turn 4 only place.
We go green.
Yeah, it's not really a runoff which is used often because it's basically a corner as well. So you need to make that corner as well to be able to get that runoff. We're going to see a replay now. He should have backed out pretty early then if he wanted to make that.
Oh, he locked
here, or he just locked up. It's not really a runoff here actually. Just hoping you won't hit the barrier.
Yeah, it's where the it's part of the track, isn't it? Because it's two sides of the same motorway normally. So on one side it's the run down to the last corner, on the other side it's the run down to turn 8. So it's a little bit of a square area around one of the government buildings where they have a tractor to get one of the cars out of the way, one of the cranes there. So good there, as here's Sergio Perez in the number 11, who seems to be the standout of Red Bull at the moment, dominated in Monaco. And I did say in Monaco as well in the race, Perez was dominant all weekend long. He was so quick. If Max was there or thereabouts, but Leclerc was the number 1 driver overall. Perez, though, was only 0.0003 behind him in nearly all of the sessions. Race runs, he was exactly the same time as Leclerc. He was matching him again and again and again. So Perez was just as deserving to win Monaco than Leclerc was. And Max...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think Red Bull did a good job to give Perez the preferable strategy because he was ahead. And I think maybe it's just street circuits where he's really comfortable at and really... standing out compared to Verstappen, because earlier this season we have seen that Verstappen was the faster one of the two, but this time it really was Perez, who clearly was faster all weekend.
Perez had pole position in Saudi Arabia and would have won on the street course there if it wasn't for that mistimed safety car. Yellow's out again.
Can I try another one, I would say?
Oh, there is.
Sector 15.
Yeah, tires are quite hot, but...
And it's Perez.
Oh, turn 15. We're going to see...
I'll come through the Peter in
It's
first
gone straight on.
Right there.
Oh, we need to focus on the long run too, no? Short one doesn't look too bad.
Talking of Perez, I think that was a commentator's curse. He went straight on at turn 15 to 360
again.
And has got back on again. Yeah, second time he's done that today as well.
Yeah, look on straight on turn 1 a lap ago, and now in turn 15. How did he get turn around there? Did he already spin it early on?
Turns in. Yeah, he
Oh,
spun it.
there's
Yeah.
quite a lot of room there.
Oh, very controlled. The F2 guys can't do that either, but F1 gets it going again.
Yeah, it's more difficult to light up the rears in Formula 2 car. That's why they can't really spin it around.
And there's the Alfa Romeo for the first time this weekend with its new livery were being shown.
Yeah,
the Bottas, there you go.
Italian flag.
Yeah, to celebrate the launch of one of the new Alfa Romeo cars, both in Europe and Baku. So
Is this their permanent livery or just for this weekend?
For this race in Canada, because the new car is also going to be released in Canada, but because they go from here straight over to Canada for next weekend's race, they're running the livery at 2 races. So this is a one-off livery for Baku and Canada. Then we'll go back to normal to celebrate the launch of the new cars.
It's a nice livery.
Yeah, I think it gets launched as Bottas nearly went into the wall as well down in 15. I think the new Alfa Romeo car gets launched this weekend in Europe, and it gets launched next weekend in Canada and America. So I think that's why we've got that livery. That's what I read this morning, anyway, on their Twitter and in the press announcement email I got. So I'll go with that. Josh says as well that
still very low.
That's Russell. That looked like an access point for the JCB recovery. I agree. That's what I was looking for. The Little Owl also says, I really like Max's driving style. Reminds me of Senna. He does push the rules a lot, though. That's a nice livery. They also say, yeah. Synthel, speaking as a Dutch Max supporter as well, I've described his driving several times as Senna-esque as well. What's your opinion on it as well? Because the Netherlands have sort of gotten Max Verstappen crazy as well. We even see it at the Grand Prix.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really a different driver. If you see his driving style, indeed, he's aggressive as well. Sometimes he's really improved though from when he just joined Formula 1. So I think from how he's now, he's doing a really good job.
And I've also
expect all cars around you now to be high fuel. Those coming out of the pits.
What do you want me to do?
Well, cool the tyres, but we just need to ensure we've got enough of a gap to open the line. You know the lap time for high fuel, it's about a 150, so that's you'll cut into that by 6 or 7 seconds. So gap-wise, we'll be after at least 12.
You ask for Max Verstappen, you hear Max Verstappen.
Yeah, but you know, in 2016 and stuff, you know, when he just joined Red Bull, it was already pretty clear that he was just a really talented driver. But at that point, he still was too aggressive and too impatient sometimes. And I think over the years, and especially last season, he's really improved and really, doing a really good job now.
As Schumacher crosses the line and goes down into 19th position still, so not good out there for the Haas cars this weekend. After looking good in the opening 5 races, they've struggled in the past 3, and they don't have any upgrades coming to their cars until the French Grand Prix at Le Castellet in a number of races time. I think, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races, and that's past halfway in the season. That's insane.
Yeah, that's a bit just saying why fix what isn't broken.
It's getting broke though, a little bit.
Yeah, it is indeed. But you know, they've got the pace. They're right up there, and they are doing a good job. And that's why they don't really think they need to, to improve yet, to make some changes to the car.
It's scary to think we're hurtling towards the halfway point of the season already. I mean, we've got Canada. It still feels like it's the first half. It's only round 8, but they've come in quick succession. But Azerbaijan, Canada, Germany, Austria. Austria is the halfway point of the season in 4 weeks' time. That is scary.
I would have gone to Austria, unfortunately.
That
won't go ahead, but there might be a chance we will actually go to Spa.
Let's do this back-off lap. We'll start another push. If traffic ruins it, we'll just box, and then we'll get under the high fuel. We'll do one more push. Any feedback?
Yeah, well, it wasn't a clean lap. Bouncing's quite hard. Hard body, really.
That was Schumacher.
Understood, okay.
Yeah, so if you do go to Spa, I'm definitely having you in the commentary box for practice too.
Yeah, that would be really fun indeed. But yeah, that's not really sure because we'll go to Bali
Yeah.
for vacation, and when we return, that's exactly on Friday when Belgium is. So we saw some good tickets, I think, but then we just noticed, yeah, it's right
Yeah.
when we come back from vacation. So we're not really sure yet, but I'm gonna hope for
Yeah.
sure we'll go there because I have never been
Actually,
to a
yeah.
Formula 1 race before.
You mentioned that. I don't think I'm even here for Spa on Friday. I'm here for Saturday, Sunday for sure, but depending on what my holiday plans are, and if it happens or not, which it should do, but I might not actually be back in time for practice on the Friday, so I might be here for practice on the Saturday, in which case Megan is taking you through the sessions as well. Which will probably be great difficulty. So I'll probably have to make the trip back a day early for my holiday, which could be fun and expensive. So thanks, Megs. I'm blaming her. She hasn't even done anything yet. But I suppose that's the thing of a sibling. I can do that. But yeah, because that's the race I was talking to you about earlier on. The sessions are going to miss. Going to miss one session tomorrow for qualifying. Then I'm going to miss the practice sessions on Friday for Spa. Not that I want to miss them, because Spa's one of the best races on the calendar. And that's a nice segue, actually, into what I want to talk about, is that Spa announced yesterday that it wants to keep its position on the F1 calendar, and in order to do so, it is fully going to accept the American way that Formula 1 is now producing race weekends, which is like a Super Bowl effect, with loads of events and everything for fans as well. So Spa said, okay, we'll do that. We want to be on the calendar. We'll give you fan events as well. We'll give you the whole driver briefings as well. Basically, the whole 9 yards as well going for there as well, and the proper American approach. And hopefully that means that this year's Belgian Grand Prix is going to be one of the best we've seen, because it is a good track, and I think we all got disappointed last year we couldn't watch it.
Absolutely, it's together with Baku, where we are now, it's my favorite track. So it would be very great if I am going to that circuit. You know, it's crazy that the only 2 F1 circuits I've been to is Zolder.
Oh,
we're not
nice.
even racing anymore, and Abu Dhabi, which is a whole different place. So not even to Zandvoort yet, but yeah.
When did you head to Abu Dhabi? Yeah, when did you head to Abu Dhabi? Was that a couple of years ago?
I think last year. I think it was after the race in Abu Dhabi.
I think yeah.
Break before the start of the season.
Yes, I think I remember you saying that actually. I can't remember.
Yeah.
The little owl says about the Max Verstappen driving as well. Max will give you an accident and give you the choice whether you want to have that accident. Exactly the same as what Senna does. Yeah, I was describing him actually as Senna in Brazil last year when he and Hamilton went off the track at turn 4 as well at Deceuninck de Lager. But it's going to be amazing. The tension is already building between Leclerc and Verstappen right now. Verstappen had. I want to be careful what I'm saying here. Verstappen had zero respect for Lewis Hamilton's legacy in the motorsport. Do you know what I mean? Like he took him on as a regular driver and didn't care that this was Lewis Hamilton. Whereas with Leclerc, Verstappen has raced him throughout his career. He knows every inch of him, and there is a great respect between the two, and that's the difference. It's hard, fair racing. And they are friends. They do esports together. They all do. All the young lot do. And it's
I feel like if this season is going to be just as exciting as 2021, this one might be more fun to watch, especially as they have gone side by side already at most of the races this season. So these two, and clean, of course. And that's what is, we'd like, of course, because last year Verstappen knew that Hamilton was, trying to avoid accidents. So Verstappen gave exactly as much room as he needed within the rules. So it was up to Hamilton to decide what they're going to do next. And yeah, that's all how he won the championship, I guess.
And of course, Max now being a world champion, there's no immediate rush for him to get up there for a second, but he's taking his time this year. Got a little frustrated in Bahrain, but seems to be back under control now as well. Josh asks as well, were you there for the Asian Le Mans series, Synthol, which was going on at the same time? Did you see that race?
No, I did not. I think there were some cars driving, but there was not really a race going on there. We were just there for a little bit. We didn't really plan on going there beforehand or when, because we just went on a cruise.
Oh yes.
Around the Middle East. So we also happened to go towards Abu Dhabi, and just and I could decide. I wanted to see the circuit, and we did. I did go karting there on the karting circuit right next to it.
Yeah. Oh, yellow.
Yeah. Oh.
Where is
Who
it?
is it?
Sector 15.
Trying to find it. It's again turn 15.
So that's where
Stroll.
Stroll, isn't it? Yeah, and he's
Straight
reversing.
on.
You're not allowed to do that, Senny. No reversing allowed on a racetrack. It's not allowed. Don't.
Russell's coming towards him now.
Yeah. Now Stroll's reversed, and you're not allowed to do that. Look, Stroll's had to take emergency action because he's blocked the track. You are not allowed in any way, shape, or form to reverse on a live racetrack, unless it is in what is called an emergency, and that he could have twisted around there. So that'll be under investigation, I think, that one, because you're not allowed to reverse on a racetrack. Absolutely not. So
He's already hit the wall there before in FP1 and in qualifying last year, which was crazy, by the way. I think there were 5 crashes and 4 red flags in one qualifying.
Yeah, and I feel sorry for Megan having to lead the commentary for it tomorrow. That's going to be something and a half.
I mean, I reckon we'll see 1 or maybe even 2 crashes again in turn 15, because how many issues already seen in only these 2 practice sessions?
Yeah, a lot of them as well. Just to let you know, by the way, that qualifying tomorrow, we will be live, obviously, but the TV pictures will be round about 40 seconds delayed as to what the timings will show. So just apologies for that at the moment. That's because Megan is on the Sky Go in the commentary box instead of the live pictures that we have up here. So just a little heads up there that there will be around about a 40-second delay to when she goes green for the sessions, and she'll update you. So if the timing screens show something, she will get round to saying it, but it'll be another minute. So if there's a red flag that's flashing up, she hasn't seen it yet. So she'll be looking mainly at that rather than the red flags. So apologies for that, but that is because of where the commentary box will be for tomorrow, as that's going to be fun to set up. So much so that she's actually having my headset. I'm having to use the 3rd headset for the start of the Le Mans tomorrow. So,
how is that possible? I was so close, I couldn't overtake.
That's Sonoda. Who's he trapped behind?
I'm not sure. My iPad just died, so I don't have to check him up anymore.
Looking on the... Sonoda's stuck behind Alonso coming to the castle section, and he was frustrated that he couldn't overtake Fernando. Well, don't worry. I'm sure even you saw the meme as well. Nobody could pass Fernando in Monaco, so much so that there was about a minute gap between the 2 parts of the field in Monaco, if you could call Monaco
that was
a race.
crazy.
Yeah, if you could call Monaco a race, because out of how many laps? 78 laps, I think we did 58, something like that, in Monaco.
60 something.
Yeah, just got through as well.
But yeah, I think that was because Alonso did think they were gonna go all the way to the end, so he was really saving tires, and he didn't really care anymore. He was just cruising. He knew that it was impossible to overtake in Monaco, so he made use of that and just created a whole train behind him.
Josh Play says, I would join Megan in the comms box, but the comm box won't handle it. Well, Megan and Ian Birch are taking you through qualifying tomorrow as well for the session. And
it was also that he got told, I think, then also that he couldn't do that because Ocon got a penalty and that he needed to speed up again. And then he was going a lot quicker, and it was pretty funny how he did that.
Fernando Alonso, one of the biggest... I want to say talents in the field, but in terms of the fact of when I'm saying talents, I'm on the talents about joking around and being one of the biggest laughs as well as he comes through. And he was tired from Formula 1 3 times now, and he still returns. I mean, can we not get rid of Fernando? No. Do we want to get rid of Fernando? No. Is Megan now on the way down to the commentary box to defend Fernando? Probably so as well. Her ears start burning every time there's as Perez watches on.
It's incredible how he's still doing such a good job. Well, age-wise, he's not the same anymore, of course. 2001, he's made his debut. Same as Raikkonen, but Raikkonen I think pretty clearly did.
Yeah.
Wasn't really the same anymore in his final years, but Fernando is still going for it.
Alonso and Stroll are the biggest memes in Formula 1. Leclerc video.
No. I will come back to you.
Just moving slow. I was going to say, as Sergio blasts his way down the main straight, Charles Leclerc has just made his way out of turn 13 and is going quite
Yeah, Crofty's right. Leclerc is slow. He's just been passed by Sainz. If you look at the driver tracker, and here he is, Charles Leclerc is having some form of problem, and he is very, very slow. So, Ferrari in trouble with power unit? Do we dare say this
Sebastian,
early?
please confirm. Is it up or down 2 clicks? Up or down?
Plus, up 2 clicks.
I want that radio message saved because that sounded like Sebastian Vettel trying to give cheat codes for a PlayStation 2 game. Plus up to button taps as well. It's like triangle X gets you infinity on the
He's just continuing, Leclerc.
Oh, let's listen.
Let me know quickly. I don't want to
I
take
will.
risks, so...
We think everything is fine and you can push.
Okay, so the loss of power was normal.
And mode race, please. Mode race.
Okay, so the loss of power is normal, and away it goes. And the loss of power is normal. Very sarcastic, I think, there from Charles Leclerc. I'm a poet, I don't know. But is he now getting worried, especially after Monaco when Ferrari threw away the race with that bad call in the pit lane? Is he worried that he can't be world champion with Ferrari?
Maybe. I mean, he also retired, of course, in Spain.
Yeah.
So he's obviously, he should be confident still. He's still right behind Verstappen, and I think they still can get a good championship battle out of it. And if Ferrari just get everything fixed, with the strategies, that won't happen. This has always been the same with them, strategically. But yeah, if they just get the car working, then they don't even need a good strategy. Yeah, it's still Red Bull's right there with them. It now looks though that Ferrari is constantly been some faster than Red Bull for this track so far.
Only 2 race wins this season for Ferrari. Yeah. That's in Bahrain and Australia was the last win for Charles Leclerc. So there's a long way to go as well. He almost won Monaco and almost won Miami.
Big lock up the last corner.
Copy that, just watch Lance behind.
Not sure why. Yeah. Still further back.
Thanks to Josh. He said he's going to send that radio message to me as well because that is insanely good comedy. As Leclerc's 4 seconds off on that last lap. And if that was a race run, Synth, that's worrying. Let's listen to the radio.
Yeah, it's my bad then, but it's quite aggressive. So, yeah, that was the thing. But yeah, it's quite aggressive as that's the thing as well.
I wonder if it wasn't in race mode.
Now it's in mode X. So, I don't know. Was the car in regen mode and limp? I don't know.
Not sure. I mean, she's definitely just doing race pace now on the softs.
Yeah.
So obviously it will be a lot slower. Maybe a lot of fuel with him as well. But yeah, I'm not sure if he feels anything different or anything wrong.
Really worrying as well.
Okay, that should help us with the battery. Battery should come back up. We will have one more lap.
So,
yeah, my rears are destroyed.
Tell you what, Yuki Tsunoda, did you see him through the castle section?
Yeah.
And he's damaged the floor. He has actually damaged the floor.
I think it's just sparks.
Did he touch the wall? This is down at, this is turn 2 and 3.
Oh, he did hit the wall.
Did hit the wall, exit 3. Did he? Yeah, he touched it, kissed it with the rear right. Now, did he touch it as well in the castle section? That's
this is turn 3.
Oh, we've got a yellow. Sector 15.
Turn
and
2.
it's Sainz. So, Sainz has stopped on the track at Sector 15, so he's down at the 3.9 lane. He too is reversing. Yeah. You can't do that, Carlos. That's another one having to reverse. You're not allowed to reverse on a live racetrack.
He's still going.
Yeah, it's in the rules. Oh, yeah. Away he goes. Checker flag is out. We're back to green flag. Upright Fossil says, thanks again,
PW test. Mode PW test. And stay out. I'll start on the grid.
Tell you what, though, when I eventually get to Formula One and I am not going to be in the commentary box for one of the practice sessions, I'm going to ask if I can go on and wave the checkered flag at the end of a session. It's always been my dream to wave the checkered flag, so much so that I have 3 of them, and 2 of them, this one over here and this one over here, used to be waved constantly out of the top window of the house, like it was the gantry. So
that's
yeah.
nice. There's some Dutch flags now hanging out here in the Netherlands because if people,
I don't mean that they were on display permanently. I mean the fact that literally every night as well. Because my dad, Ian Burge used to be my dad used to be a taxi driver, so I used to put the flag out at the end of every day and wave it myself, just constantly out there, the checkered flag. You used to hear from downstairs, "Have you got that checkered flag out again?" Because it was so long. But yeah, that was Sainz down there at turn 15. Since just tell us what happened.
Yeah, he just locked up regularly, and here we see now Alonso 4th, doing a good job in his Alpine.
He's actually doing a very good job as well, down there in 4th.
Sainz, the only one who hasn't set a lap on the softs. His fastest lap, at least, is on the mediums.
And he was out there as well on those tyres. I'm surprised he was out there on mediums for the entire session. He has not gone on to the softs at all, so he has not set a lap time on the C5s, which could be a problem going into tomorrow, but I'm sure we'll stay with it. And my Fossil, as I said earlier on, says, "Thanks again, see you tomorrow." And Josh also said, "I've waved a checkered flag for KTM practice session at Cadwell." Jealous. Extremely jealous. And I think I missed my opportunity there when I was at well, I've gone round Cadwell in the safety car with Paul Woodford as well. Maybe I missed my chance there to
we'll do a
wave the
start
flag.
from the grid, so another 4 burnout. So this time it'll be a start on the right-hand side, so the opposite to what you did this morning. Copy.
So that is Esteban Ocon doing a practice start on the grid, and we can see the 2 Alpines side by side. Alonso on the left, Ocon on the right. 5 lights are on. Who's going to drop it first? 1-2 though, Synth, for Alpine. That's something we'd like to see. Come on, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Can we go now? They're not even revving. Away goes Ocon. Here goes Alonso. Build up to 12,000 revs. Slowly drop the clutch. Control the wheel spin and you're away. As well, looking good. Can we go on board with a full setup, please? I would love to talk through an onboard of a driver's start in full, because it is honestly such an engaging process. Doesn't look like I'm going to get that honour though, which is disappointing, because it's time to take a look at the entire of the practice sessions here from the results for the Grand Prix of Azerbaijan practice number 2. It is Charles Leclerc who tops the second practice session from Sergio Perez in second. Third place goes to Max Verstappen. 4th for Fernando Alonso. 5th for Carlos Sainz. Once again, the 2 Spaniards are 4th and 5th. They were the other way round in the first practice session. Gasly is P6. George Russell 7th. 8th on the board for Yuki Tsunoda. 9th Esteban Ocon, and 10th for Lando Norris. Sebastian Vettel is 11th. Lewis Hamilton down in 12th position, 1.6 seconds off the pace. Even he's mystified as to how that has happened. Lance Stroll is 13th. Danny Ricciardo 14th. Valtteri Bottas 15th. Zhou Guanyu is in 16th. 17th for Kevin Magnussen. 18th Alexander Albon. 19th Mick Schumacher, and 20th for Nicholas Latifi. No red flags once again here in Baku. Plenty of yellow flags though, as the drivers still getting to grips with this circuit. Okay then, Synth, what was your moment of that session then? It was quite dramatic overall, but what did you make of it personally?
Yeah, a lot of yellow flags, and I think that could really play a role in qualifying as well, when they'll have to slow down because of someone going straight on in the runoff there, in, for example, turn 15 or turn 3. So yeah, as we've seen in this practice, they take a long time, those yellow flags sometimes, if they're trying to turn around.
They really do. And thanks for joining me in the comms box. I'll see you tomorrow morning as well for the F2 sprint race, which is underway as well. Cars heading back into the pit lane. Charles Leclerc dominates Friday practice then and takes FP2, a 1:43.224. Is that a good enough time for pole? Doubtful, but we'll see tomorrow if what their true pace is in the final practice session. My thanks to you, Synthel, and my thanks to Josh Plays down the pit lane for us as well, giving us all the info. and we'll see you tomorrow for the action from both Formula 1 and the 24 Hours of Le Mans starts tomorrow. That's our first show in the morning. It'll be warm-up. Thanks for your company. See you tomorrow.